What's up and welcome to FPL Today. I'm your host JNO. Welcome to the channel and welcome to another Captaincy Candidates where I go over the 4 most popular captaincy choices for Game Week 3 and try and figure out which the best one to pick is. But before we get into the video, make sure to go and follow Roxel Graphics on your Twitter. He's the one responsible for my YouTube banner and icon. I think it looks a bit snazzy. And apologies for yesterday's video where I did get my Game Week points total wrong on my screen. It was a lot lower than 87. I wish it was 87 for the second week in a row. The correct score should be there right now. I only got 37 points, 50 less than last week, but we will discuss that in my team, which will be back this week on the channel. So let's get on with the video, and this week we have 2 players from the same team again, but the first person we're going to look at today is Christian Eriksen, who looks to be a class above a lot of his teammates from that Chelsea fixture, and had a really good game against Newcastle, and could potentially be one of the players you need instead of having Harry Kane up front, although Harry Kane was very unlucky not to score against Chelsea at Wembley, which would have put all of those August and Wembley rumours to die. But they're still continuing. Kane still hasn't scored in August, so spoiler alert, we may be talking about that slightly later in this video. However, talking about Christian Eriksen, so far 2 games into the season, he has managed to get 3 assists and has been involved in every single goal that Tottenham Hotspurs have scored. Now, unfortunately, in this fixture last season against Burnley, Christian Eriksen didn't get any points. He didn't score, he didn't get an assist. However, this season, he looks like he could be raising his game even a little more than last season. And to be honest, I'm now thinking I should have brought him in instead of some of the other midfielders I've got in my own team, because he's had 7 attempts on goal so far this season, 3 of those coming from inside the box. He's had a shot accuracy of 42.9%, and I believe when he starts adding goals to those assists, he is going to be a very impressive player. But the fact is, he is one of the best creators of chances in the Premier League at the moment, and he has Harry Kane and Dele Alli in front of him, so the chances are going to get put away as long as he stays at Spurs and he stays happy. Tottenham also aren't too bad attacking wise, despite the fact they had that Chelsea game. They have scored 3 goals, which is joint 8th in the Premier League at the moment. Attempts, they've had 36, which is 5th best in the Premier League, and goal conversion rate is at 8.3%, which is joint 11th, their worst team stat out of those 3. However, they're coming against a Burnley side who have conceded 3 goals, which is joint 9th in the league, and shots inside the box they've conceded only 12, which is joint 5th best. However, Spurs could bully Burnley with the quality they have, and a lot of people are looking at Spurs options because a home fixture against Burnley could see big points from the Spurs players. I personally think Christian Eriksen, Dele Alli and Harry Kane, you need at least one of them in your squad, and so far Harry Kane has disappointed. Dele Alli didn't do anything in the Chelsea game. Eriksen's the one that has had a 100% return rate so far, which is why he's in this Captaincy Candidates video. The next option we're looking at is Paul Pogba, and everyone's raving about this Man United side and raving about Paul Pogba, Henrik Mkhitaryan and ROMELU Lukaku, as well as Martial, Rashford. The team is looking great. Matic is included in that lineup as well. The defence is looking pretty good as well with 2 clean sheets. Everything about that Man United side at the moment screams you need to get one of their players, which could mean that their game against Leicester, that's where they slightly disappoint us, because sometimes you just jump on the bandwagon a little too late. However, Paul Pogba coming in at 8.1 million is looking like the player everyone hoped he would be last season. So far in 2 appearances, he's scored 3 goals and got 2 assists, which for 2 games is an incredible return. Goal involvement rate is only at 50% considering his goals and assist rate. And his El Gagwop rating, he actually scored 1 goal in this fixture last year. So if history repeats itself, he will be scoring again, which is always a nice thing to know. Everyone was talking about Lukaku being able to score against West Ham most of the time. At least we know Pogba can score against Leicester. This season he's had 6 attempts on goal. 4 of those have come from inside the box, which means he's getting into the box at the right time to get chances. He's had 2 big chances and scored 1 of them. His shot accuracy is at 50% and his goal conversion is at 33.3%. So far a very good season for Paul Pogba. And as for the attacking force that is Manchester United, they're first in the league for goals with 8 goals, 4 in each game they've played. In attempts, they've had 38 attempts on goal, which is 3rd best in the league. And their goal conversion is also 3rd best in the league with 21.1%. If they carry on in this form, they're going to keep scoring and we're going to need Man United players in our side. Their opponents, Leicester, they have conceded 4 goals this season, which is joint 14th in the league, and conceded 16 shots inside the box, which is 11th in the league. So there's definitely the potential here, if Man United can keep their momentum going, for them to get big points in this fixture. And if they do get big points in this fixture, the likelihood is Paul Pogba, Mkhitaryan and Lukaku will all get points. So you're going to need a couple of them in your side the way things are going, at least from my point of view. In this Captaincy Candidates video, it looks like we're going to be focusing on 2 teams only, because Harry Kane is the second choice, and you probably know who my number 1 pick is already. Harry Kane, coming in at 12.5 million, has had 2 appearances and still has an awful goal scoring record, assist record, goal involvement record, and his LUKAKU rating from last season for this fixture against Burnley is also not very good. However, all of that aside, and I'm hoping that if I just keep saying this, eventually Harry Kane will come in with a big score. He had 14 attempts on goal in 2 games, 11 came from inside the box, 2 big chances. However, he didn't score either, and he's hit the woodwork in both fixtures. His shot accuracy is actually at 28.6%, which isn't too bad. He's just not put the ball into the back of the net, meaning his goal conversion is at 0%. However, we've already talked about Tottenham as far as an attacking outfit go and the class that they have. We've also talked about Burnley, so there's the potential there for Harry Kane to break his duck in August and get the points. I'm sticking with him just a little bit longer, and hopefully he's just not eating up £12.5 million of my budget and not getting me any points. And then finally we have ROMELU Lukaku coming at 11.6 million. He is part of the Manchester United side that I've just literally bigged up when I was talking about Paul Pogba. If we look at Lukaku's stats, 2 appearances, 3 goals, there's no assists there. His goal involvement rate isn't actually as good as Paul Pogba or Henrik Mkhitaryan's. However, he does seem to be leading the line. He didn't look like he was having a great game against Swansea, but he still scored, which means if he can still score when he's not having a good game and score when he's having a great game, everything is good for us Fantasy Premier League players, because you get some players that when they're not playing well, they don't get Fantasy Premier League points. I think he's nailed on to lead the line pretty much at this Manchester United side, and he scored 2 goals for Everton against Leicester in this fixture last year. And so far, 8 attempts on goal, 7 from inside the box, 3 big chances, all of them scored. His shot accuracy and goal conversion is at 37.5% each. And we know Man United is such a great attacking force that Lukaku seems a pretty nailed on option when you look at other teams with Kane misfiring, Morata not looking ready for the Premier League just yet, Lacazette in an Arsenal side that seem to be sharing the goals, and Man City you have 2 strikers, either of which could score the goals. Lukaku looks the most nailed on big time forward that will be getting you points, and I'd say the next one after that is scoring at the moment is Jamie Vardy. So Lukaku is definitely still the nailed on number 1 in this Captaincy Candidates video series. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video as always on the channel. Hopefully I will get all 4 videos out for you this week, which include FPL Q&A to come up and my team for Game Week 3. I've got a lot of work to do after Game Week 2, and I hope to go live tonight if I get this video out on Wednesday. So keep an eye out for that, because I don't have to wake up so early on Thursday. I'm still training for my new job and the training's a little bit closer, so hopefully we'll be going live Wednesday night, so stay tuned for that. Just want to say a massive thank you for all the support. We've hit the same subscriber growth as we got this time last year with 1,250, so if you could hit that like button and hit that notification bell and keep supporting the channel, if we continue to grow from this period forward, we will smash last year's subscription growth, which has been 2 years in a row incredible, but I'd love to beat it for the 3rd season of FPL that I'm doing. Also check out the links in the description down below if you wish to support the channel. I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.